Hello everyone, how's it going, and welcome back to a brand new live stream. Today we are back again playing some more Satisfactory. The support recently has been incredible, and I've really been enjoying the game as well. So I think what we're going to try and do today, in fact let me try and show you guys a little bit of what I've done off camera, which first of all, by the way, welcome again to everyone who's tuning in. Thank you for being here. The plan for today's stream is actually a little bit of everything. I want to be trying to expand this water pipe area over here. If I go into the decoupled camera, it'll be a little bit easier. So we need to try and bring our pipes all the way from down over there, over here. And preferably, I want to try and bring it so that it's in line with this. I would say that should be pretty decent. That's the plan at least. And then of course make this area look quite nice as well, since if it doesn't look nice, then that's kind of going to suck. Additionally, off camera, I've been doing some things here as well. Of course, you might have seen this, which I did on our last stream, which was on Wednesday. I couldn't stream yesterday, again, work stuff, sorry about that. But I've then increased it over here as well. So you've got a nice little pathway, which I'll show you in just a moment. You've also got a decent little angle there of some of our pipes and our cord there as well. Since I love these logistics being exposed, I just think that they look quite nice when it's like that. Regardless, moving on around here now, I've left this little corner the way it is. I don't really want to add too much details in there. I think it's completely fine the way it is. I've then added this area over here. I might put some like storage containers in here, but I'm still not quite sure. Because it's a perfect size for... I go into this very quickly. Where is it? The personal storage boxes. So I might add a couple of these just like so, but again, that's not happening today. So when you come down here, this is the pathway that I showed you guys a bit earlier on. Did I actually build anything around here? Sort of. I mean, as you can probably tell, this is not like the most thoroughly thought of plan, but I want to try and do something in here eventually as well. That will, oh, there's a bit of glass there as well. That will all be done off camera though, since I wouldn't really class it as a priority. But as of right now, I am really loving this build. I'm finding it really good fun to do. I'm having a ton of fun streaming it. There we go, a bit more glass around there as well. And I continue this sort of like design, this pattern all the way around there. I think I might have done it once more around here as well. Yes, okay. You can't see this one as well, and I actually want to try and tweak it a little bit. I kind of rushed that last minute, if I'm honest. But that's essentially the plan, just so it doesn't all look the exact same. Because I do love a good bit of variety. Additionally, I do also want to try and build something out here as well. I don't know what, but it's going to be something. Regardless, now what we are going to need is if we head over to our blueprint, and I think this is the one that we're going to be using today. Yes, it is. Let's get a solid 6 of them. That should be completely fine. I'm unsure if I've got the well, I've definitely not got the inventory space for this, but we can remove some of that concrete. That could most likely help. But we also are going to have to go back to our starter factory here to gather some more resources, since we are essentially running very, very low now, which is a bit of a shame. I can almost guarantee I've got some lying around in some parts of my factory. I just don't know where. Okay, we're completely out of reinforced iron plates. Damn. Steel beams, I should have a decent amount lying around. There we go. That's all I need. So the main thing that we're missing now is our reinforced iron plates, which again, I feel like I've definitely got somewhere. In fact, I think I might know a place where I've got some, and it's literally right down here. It would be a bit concerning if I haven't got any down here, but let's see. Oh dear, okay, so we got 0 there. That's not great. How comes I need 624 reinforced iron plates? Oh yeah, it's the signs, isn't it? So I'm consuming over 100 reinforced iron plates per blueprint. That's quite a lot. That is quite a bit, I must be honest. Come on, have I got any over here? No. Wow, okay, well let's just try and place down maybe the... Well, we can only afford 4 of them, so we'll place down 4. See where that takes us. And that shouldn't be too bad in all honesty. We should also go grab our chainsaw as well, because some of these trees are going to have to go, because they just are in the way, unfortunately. Then gather some more reinforced iron plates. I just finished recording a video a little bit earlier on today, where I talk about... Actually, wait. there's no point me placing down this blueprint and then having to try and remove all the shrubs afterwards. I might as well do that first. So I think what I'm actually going to do is join all these pipes together, and then we'll go get our chainsaw and some more reinforced iron plates. But yeah, like I was just saying, I finished recording a video where I was talking about a new Satisfactory update that came out last night. And that video is coming out tomorrow, by the way. And there's not really too much to talk about, in all honesty. Which I suppose is a good thing. I know some people will say, oh, why is it such a small update? Why didn't they add more for the patch notes? Well, I think that's actually a really good thing. Because if they haven't got as many bugs to fix, that means that there's not as many problems. Which is absolutely fantastic news. And I'm quite surprised that there are people that are, like, not angry, but complaining that there weren't many bug fixes. I mean, sure, there are still some bugs left in the game, but compare it to the very start of 1.1 experimental, and it's a night and day difference. It's fantastic. So, I only see it as a good thing personally. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do now is go on to organization, get a couple personal storage boxes placed down right about here. Is there anything else that I need? Oh, I suppose I need a bit of everything, don't I, really? Which is a bit of a shame. There we go. Do a quick respawn. Yeah, I definitely feel like this game's heading in a good direction, though. Absolutely. And it has been for many years. What's in there? Oh, yeah, rubbish. Right, speaking about reinforced iron plates, I might as well just grab it from here. Because we've got, yeah, 4,000 plus the 200 in there, plus the many thousands in there as well, so that's not a problem. I might as well get more crystal oscillators, iron plates, and iron rods. Everything else should be fine. Oh yeah, and concrete as well. Damn, okay, so we actually need quite a lot of stuff then. I think I'll do one row of that. And we'll then do a little bit of this. I won't get too much concrete, because we have still got some lying around. We'll get 6. No, we'll go 5. Oof. Where am I going? Oh yeah, I know where I'm going. I got lost. Lost in my own factory, oh dear. Yeah, as of right now, I'm very happy with this coal power plant that we're building. There are still quite a lot of like minor adjustments and tweaks I want to try and make, absolutely. But then there's also a couple major things that I want to try and do as well, which is what we are mostly doing today. So that is all rather exciting. Very quickly, I want to probably place down 2 of these actually. You'll see why in just a moment here. There we go. And that's because there's tons of quartz crystals in here. Here, and there's actually one more up there as well. And these are good, but I also want to try and sink quite a few of them here as well. There we go. I get rid of that. Okay, so we still got quite a lot of these quartz crystals I can just get rid of. Lovely. I think that's a pretty good balance. Of course, I am technically missing steel beams and copper sheets, but we got quite a lot of them over where we just were anyway, so that's not really a massive problem. The very final thing that I do want to try and get is our chainsaw, and most likely an extra stack of biomass as well. So I feel like that will be rather important, and we have got quite a lot of it lying around. So I'm not massively concerned about that at all. There we go. Yeah, how's everyone doing in the chat, by the way? Hope that everyone's doing well. What day is it today? Friday. Oh yeah, it's almost the weekend now, isn't it? Fantastic. Now here comes the complicated bit. Where's our chainsaw? In theory, it should be here. Nice, it's not there. It shouldn't be there, and it shouldn't be here. So where on earth have I placed us? That's a very good question. Maybe it's back at that factory anyway. Welcome, Ungodians. Hope that you're doing well. Welcome, Shadowblood, as well. Welcome to the stream, guys. All is good, just looking at that disappointed... Oh, the disappointing patch, yeah. I mean, again, personally, I don't really mind it. If you guys are encountering any bugs... What's inside of here? Nothing. If you guys are encountering any bugs, then do leave a note over on the Satisfactory Q&A. Especially if it's like a major problem and you can't see too many people talking about it. Because there are some bugs which, like, dozens of people have said again and again and again. So I'm sure they're aware about it. But again, if you do encounter anything, do leave a comment. I mean, you could comment it on this channel, but I don't think the devs view this channel, so there's not really much point doing that. But yeah, definitely head over to the Satisfactory Q&A. I'm not paid to say that, I just think it's a good idea that they have it. Wow, that was an incredible jump. Oh well. So regarding our coal power plants, I don't think there's any problems with it now. I will actually check the power very quickly. Nice. Yeah, I forgot I disconnected that. Oh well. I don't think there's many problems. You haven't had problems since the splitters placed on top of the lifts. Yeah, I think they fixed that though, didn't they? There's been a few issues like that, especially with the auto connection as well. But again, I feel like they have fixed that. The auto connection blueprint. If they haven't fixed it, then they're very close to fixing it. Because I've heard them continuously mentioning us. So they're definitely aware of us. There we go. So let's try and locate this chainsaw, because it should have been next to my starter factory, but very clearly, it isn't. Oh, they did fix it. Been a happy camper. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good to hear. Come on, let's try and find this chainsaw. It will be here somewhere. That was close. No. The only other place I think could be is towards the very end of my little personal storage creation over here. Yeah. Yes. After all of that, I could have literally just come over here to get up. It's fun. I still had to go back to get the resources anyway, so that wasn't a wasted trip. That's my excuse, at least. Also, a fun fact, which I'm sure a few of you do know, but let's say I've got my chainsaw here, and I've got nothing else in my hand slots. I don't want this to be on my screen constantly because it takes up a pretty decent chunk of it, but I also don't want to get rid of it. So just press the H button, which means that you still have the chainsaw equipped, as you can see, but it just doesn't appear in your hand slot, just so it's a bit, like, visually better. Okay. So just for now, I'm going to try and chuck all of this into here. There we go. A few of these lots now have to try and go. Wow, that's loud. I still love that effect. I feel like every single time I use a chainsaw, I keep saying, oh wow, that's loud. Even though, yes, I know there's a way that you can turn down the audio of this. There we go. Get rid of some of this stuff over here as well. Yeah, you could definitely go. Always pulls out the hover pack controls. Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, but yeah. I can see why that could be annoying. Why are you there? It's a random inverted ramp. Okay. I don't know what that's doing, but sure. Actually, no. Yeah, I do. I know exactly what that's doing there. But it shouldn't be there. Okay, good. I thought I was going to get rid of that tree, but I don't think it did. In fact, can that tree even stay here? This is like the very edge. No. You have to go, but I'm okay, that's annoying. Oh well. I was really hoping those other two branches there could have stayed, but oh well, it is what it is. A minor sacrifice for the greater good. Again, I know why you were there. I might get rid of this just for now, though. Just these three. A fuel power factory. Eventually, yes. Absolutely. I'm planning on doing a pretty big rocket fuel factory. I don't know if it'll be bigger than the one that I did in the last series, since that took about a month, and no, more than that, about 2.5 months to do. But it should be a much better recipe though, so I'm looking forward to it. Yes, we are absolutely doing a fuel power plant one day. Not today. This is a coal power plant. The difference being, this is a lot easier to do, but it gives you a lot less power. Okay, now we're missing a few reinforced iron plates, a few of you lot there as well. Fantastic. Let's do this. Nice little side quest to start off the stream. I feel like Satisfactory is just a game of side quests. At this point. A 70,000 megawatt fuel factory. Sulfur coal is a larger problem. Yeah. Because you, in theory, you can also use coal and sulfur for a coal factory as well. Because the coal generator... Where is it? Can I even afford this to show you? No. But basically, this thing also takes compact coal, which is made from sulfur and coal as well. Do you think the console ports will come with contents? Probably not. But you never know. Where to make the compact coal plant? Let's see. You need coal and sulfur. There's tons of coal around here. In fact, let me just show you. If I whip open the official Satisfactory map. There we go. I don't know if this is like the official one, but it's one I use at least. We go into resources. So you're looking for compact coal. Why is that nitrogen? Get rid of that. So here's a pretty good place for it. So you got a good amount of sulfur. You got a nice little cluster down there and a cluster of coal. You've also got a bunch of crude oil over here as well. The reason as to why this is good is because you can make rocket fuel here. Because rocket fuel requires coal. It requires nitrogen, I believe, which is also somewhere just down over there, right next to the coal and sulfur. You've got the crude oil as well. That is perfect. And of course, you've got the water there as well. So this is a really good location to try and make your compact coal. I mean, I suppose you could do it here as well. You've got 2 pure nodes, then use some sort of like drone maybe, if that's really worth it for you. It's up to you though. But yeah, tons of coal down here. Although if I was you, I would recommend gathering all this coal and bringing it to like one central location. Then running like a train through it, rather than having like one station there, one station there, one station then another one over there. There's no point doing that. Try and bring it to like an elevated place, maybe somewhere up here. There might be some hostiles. I'm not quite sure. There probably will be some hostiles. You can then gather all the coal from this area, which might take you like a few hundred conveyor belts to do, but it's not too bad. Bring it over here, get a drone or a train or a truck or whatever, and just send it to whatever part of the map you want it to go to. Anywhere else? I'm looking for like a good contrast of coal and sulfur. Like here you've got 1 sulfur node surrounded by about 12 coal nodes. You've got another one down there to be fair. Up here could be good as well. If you really, really want to. Because you've got 2 pure sulfur nodes, which is fantastic. And of course you've got an absolute ton of coal there as well. But the one location I would recommend is here, the Blue Crater Lake, to make your rocket fuel power plants. Because it has everything that you're going to need for it, essentially. Right, back to this. I know I could turn on the auto connect feature, and to be fair, I probably should do that. I messed that up. No, I didn't. Is that how far I want it to go? I think so, because we can have this be here as well. Yep. So then the plan's going to be, I want this to come vertically down, but I don't know where I want it to go to, though. Like, height-wise. Because the plan is, I want to try and have a factory underneath here. Because as of the minute, as I'm sure you guys have seen in my last couple of videos, potentially, our coal power plant's hanging off the cliff, and it looks a bit weird. I have already got a design in mind for this. But I haven't got a design in mind for this part, though. So, now it's a question of, what am I going to do with it? And where do I want this to go as well? If we're going to have refineries down here, which we most likely are, we're most likely going to end up placing our refineries down this sort of level, so maybe we end up bringing that down to somewhere over here. And then seeing where we go from there. I think I'd be happy with that. Let's do it. But first of all, though, someone has to connect these pipes. And that someone is going to be me. Unless you guys can somehow teleport through the screen and do it for me, which I don't think YouTube has that feature just yet. We're using all those impure coal dragged to the swamp for aluminium. Yeah, that works as well. I mean, there's tons of coal in the map. I think it's like 40-something thousand coal. So, there is a lot in comparison to sulfur, at least. Worst case scenario, and I don't know what stage of the game you're currently in, but you could always produce coal or sulfur in the converter, but then you have to unlock the converter in like phase 4, tier... Is it tier 8 of the hub? Regardless, it's very late game, so... Do it if you so wish, but it's not the easiest thing to do at all. How many assemblers can I make there in the blue crater to have a good amount of power? It completely depends on how many conveyor belt, what level of conveyor belts you've got. Like, are you on Mark 4? Are you on Mark 6? Are you on Mark 2? And also, how is your miners looking as well? If you've only just got Mark 2s unlocked, you won't be able to get as much as Mark 3s. So it completely depends on what you've got personally. Welcome, Sea Shark. Hope that you're doing good, man. I do want to try and do some more streams on the weekend. It just so happens that the last few weekends I haven't been home. And again, this weekend I'm not going to be home either. But the weekend after this, I don't think I've got anything planned. So I want to try and stream on both Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Let's just double check actually. Have we got water flowing through all of these pipes? I'll start over here. Because if the answer is no, then we are essentially in deep trouble. Ah. Oh no. So, what's the problem here? Your Mark 4. So, Mark 4 can handle 480 items per minute. So, yeah, you could probably... Oh, dear. You can get a good amount of assemblers from that. Can I afford an assembler to place it down? In fact, I don't even think I've got compact core unlocked. But essentially, you can get quite a lot. I believe it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 core plus 1 sulfur is 1 compact core. So if there's 1,000 resources you can collect, then you can make 1,000 compact core. So what's the problem with this? Oh, cool. This is incredible. Well, problem spotted. And hopefully, problem solved. That was a very silly little mistake there on my part. Oh well. I am rather notorious for making silly mistakes though, so I'm not massively surprised. Oh, you work a regular shift. Oh, okay. I'm glad that you're here now. That's good. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope that you're having a nice day so far. It's another really hot day here in the land of Da UK. It really is. In fact, how hot even is it? 24 degrees. I might as well be dead. I mean, 24 is outrageous. For British temperature. Wait, what? Oh, I can't get rid of it. Oh, I was hovering over that for ages and the game was like, yeah, no, stop. How dare you try and get rid of this item? That was not allowed. Okay, here's the next part now that is potentially concerning. Not quite sure, though. So we already have a somewhat of a logistic flaw going on over here. So the highest that I can make this ceiling in particular is here. Okay. That's not bad. Let's just drag that out over there. And the reason why I said this could be a concern is because, in theory, I could have my logistic floor up here, so rather than bringing my water all the way down over there, then bringing it back up again for my refineries, if I just... if I just... no. If I just bring my water so that's on this level, it then doesn't have to go down then up again. It just has to go down, and that's about it. The problem, again, another problem, what a surprise. The problem with that, though, is that the whole point of this is to create that sort of, like, really cool-looking waterfall effect, where these pipes go straight down, have some blue lights in the back, but now I can't really do that. I don't know if that's a concern, though, because I can always just try and design something around that to make it look better. I mean, you're not really that far off now, are you? Should line up perfectly, which I believe you don't. Okay, awesome. Oh, dear. I mean, no, technically you do. No, you do. So you're only going to be coming down there by about 3 meters. Which turns our waterfall into a weird-looking feature. Which is rather annoying. The plan still is to try and bring you down, though. Because I want you to go into here. That's the whole point. Right. It seems like we've got ourselves a bit of a challenge on our hands, which is always good fun. You know me, I do love a challenge. If not, then this is the wrong game to be playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring you down. Potentially bring you down. Yeah, absolutely. Around about there. Okay. Same thing there with that, and with this. So the question now is, sulfur should be used for like rocket fuel, leach caterium, but not compact core. It depends, because sometimes you have to make compact core to then make rocket fuel, but it depends on what recipe you use. I recommend the recipe that doesn't force you to make compact core, but again, it's entirely up to you though. In case you see me jump around like this, it normally means I'm trying to think of something without standing stationary for too long. Okay, I bring that wall down over there. I bring you down. In fact, here's another idea. Because I have to bring you to this level. What if I do this? Oh. Okay, hear me out. This might be the dumbest thing you've ever seen in this video game. But hear me out. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to bring these pipes over to here. Like so. That you're lined up. What I'm then going to do is zone a wall from here up to there, and another one from here up to around about there. These pipes are then going to do a U-turn through the wall, which you won't be able to see. It will look like the pipes are going straight through. It will do a U-turn. It will go underneath this blueprint, underneath there, then around the back to our logistic floor. And then what I'm then going to try and do is continue these pipes so that it looks like our pipes are going down to there, but in reality they're not. They're doing a U-turn and going underneath there. So visually, it's a bit of a mind trick, but logistically, it should be absolutely perfect. Can I record the last time that I've built something logistically absolutely perfect? Yes. Okay, maybe not actually, but that doesn't matter. It will make more sense when I complete it. I honestly think this is actually a smart idea. I have used all 3 of my functional brain cells to figure this one out here, chat. All 3 of them. That is right. Absolutely all of them. That's how you know we're being serious now. I haven't got enough resources. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. Oh, dearie me. But you know what? It's worth it. This has been a really fun little side project. Well, I say side project. It's taken like 2.5 weeks to do, I think. Maybe a bit more than that now. Okay, there we go. I knew I was missing something there. And it's always you, isn't it? It's always you. Welcome, Pockets. Hope that you're doing good. And welcome, Ritwick. Hope that you're doing good as well. Thank you to everyone for tuning into the stream on this lovely Friday morning. Or afternoon, or evening. To be fair, it's actually the afternoon where I live. But today's just flown past. I woke up a bit late, which I'm not massively upset about, because the last few days I've just been, like, exhausted. So I felt like I needed the extra couple hours. There we go. So that should be fine. Now what I've got to try and do is line you up with this. And that should be it, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like so. I really hope none of these are actually going to glitch, by the way, because that will be quite annoying. Let's see. Yes, okay, none of you actually messed up there. Congratulations. There we go. So, we've now got to try and get this, and the question now is, are you going to U-turn here without any flaws? Welcome, Jimmy. Hope that you're doing good, man. A non-functional solution for the pickle to solve. Oh, absolutely. If there's not a problem, I'll make one. I'm not a problem solver. I'm literally a problem maker. And then I solve the problems that I make. Like that. It does kind of glitch the ceiling here a little bit, but that's not a massive concern, because again, you're going to come out to there, and then... yeah, you'll be alright. I'm liking this. Why do I need the pipes to U-turn? Okay, essentially, I want my pipes to go onto this floor right here. However, bringing the pipes from up there down to this floor looks a bit weird. Like, it looks like I built it wrong, even though I didn't build it wrong. It was just, I didn't design this, so, like, meant to... I suppose I did technically build it wrong, but regardless... if I bring the pipes from this floor to this floor, like so, I just think it looks a bit weird. So what I'm actually going to try and do here instead is bring these pipes all the way down to there. But if I was to do that with the actual pipes, I'll then have to bring the pipes from down there back to up here again, which isn't really worth it. So if I make it look like it's supposed to go all the way down there, but in reality it comes around to here, it solves my problem of not making it look weird, and it also solves my logistic problem as well. That's the long and complicated way of saying I want this to look nice. I think it will. If I build it right. Which is our next problem. Can I build it right? Oh. You're alright there. Sorry, I just zoomed into your breast by accident. I do apologize. You dancing? I haven't seen that one before. Ah! There we go. The amount of times I've almost fallen to my death today is actually a little bit concerning. We've only just started the stream. There we go. Preferably, I want this to try and be a little bit further out. Just so our pipes don't end up, like, going through the wall there, because that would be quite annoying. Ah, okay. That's fine, that's not a problem. See, we had a problem, and now we've solved it. That's fine. See, we had a problem, and now we solved it, because we are brainstormers. And last one right there. Oh, you're kidding me. There we go. Lovely. Over by like 2 meters and it works. Yes, but... it's too late. I've got a plan. Whenever I try and think of a plan, I try not to divert from it too much. Where did that go? Oh, it went there. Okay, good. Then do this. But as far as what I'm aware, it should still look fine. Except for this. What am I going to do here? I could get rid of that and do some sort of walkway. So again, it looks natural. That could be a good idea. No. Welcome, Zhao. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. Come on. Yeah, I made a mistake and I was trying to correct it there. Lovely. Like a little something like that. It looks like it's supposed to be built like this. Which is the whole point. If it looks natural, I think it looks good. For the most part, at least. There are definitely some cases where that's not the case, but this is not one of those cases, so, it's alright. It's fine. Oh, man. I was in the wrong spot. No. Sure. That works, so I'm happy with it. And there we go, we've got that. Right. Is there anything else I want to try and make here? I don't think so. Is there a reservoir behind the walls? In which way? As in behind here? I don't think so. What's all the pipes? Water. So this is just excess water that I'm getting from my water extractors over there that aren't being used for my coal power plants. So I'm dragging them down over here so that I can use them for another purpose, rather than just wasting all the water. And speaking of, let me just double check that there is definitely water in all these pipes. Fantastic. There is. The next thing for us to do now is to add a wall all the way across here. Although I want it to look nice though. Let's think how I'm going to be able to do this here without making it look like dreadful. Because that wouldn't be very good. Add that there. Then add this here. Right. And then again, the plan is for these pipes to go straight down there. There? Straight down there? Right. Okay, I've got an idea. Whenever I say the words, I've got an idea, just like brace yourself for the dumbest thing humanity's ever said, because it's probably going to come out my mouth. I want you to go up there. I want you to try and rotate around to here. And you to there. And then we're going to try and do the exact same thing from the other side. Lovely. Okay. So there's a half gap there and a half gap there. Harry Potter and the half gap prince. Sorry. You'll then just come straight down. Like so. And then so will you. There we go. Let's try and move this just a little bit further back, just so I'm not like sat on top of what I'm trying to do. And it would be quite nice if there was a bit of sunlight, but not much we can do against that. Then yeah, these pipes will then just come straight down there. What I'll then end up doing is going to go into architecture, making sure that you're definitely in the right spot there, which you now are. Then just drag you straight down. This then covers up that little gap behind there. We'll then do something very similar over here now as well. If I don't fall to my death. Another hour whilst I materialize my idea of massage 2AB. Yeah, well, okay, here's the thing, right? Every single problem that I've made, so I should not have done that. Every single problem that I've made so far in this playthrough, I have then fixed. As far as I'm aware, I don't think I've made a problem then been unable to fix it. So in that regards, it is completely my fault, but I am also solving the problems. So even though, again, it's completely entirely 100% my fault in every single way, shape, and size, it's still problems that we are solving. Okay, but here's the plan though, right? What I'm now going to try and do is place some lights behind here, some orange lights, some big, beautiful orange lights. The most beautiful orange lights you've ever seen. And then that should be the waterfall. Well, I say it's not a waterfall, it's just a feature. The water feature, done. I was also planning on getting rid of that, but I wonder, would that look nicer with it there, like having a little pathway cut across it? I honestly think it might do, but we'll figure that out in just a minute. As of right now though, let's try and make that blueprint. It should be very, very simple to do. Is it 2 meters wide or is it 3? It's 3, isn't it? No, it's 4. Good golly. 1, oh no, it's 3, okay. It's not bad. We're currently running mass quantities of water into your big factory on the very edge of the inhabitable map. Yeah, that's a fantastic thing to do. Either north, east, I suppose west. South, you can't really do it unless you're in like the southeast, near the swamp sort of biome. But yeah, trying to get like a good amount of water from all different parts of your all different parts of the world to your factory is actually quite a good idea. Especially if you are using quite a lot of it. I plan on using several 100,000. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands it's going to be. All that I know is that it's going to be quite a few 100,000 water per minute. Which is fantastic, I can't wait. That is definitely not today's plan or today's problem. Where's our modular frames? See, this is what I mean. It's like, I place down stuff somewhere, and then I forget where I've placed down my storage boxes. I could just put it all in one area, but that would be way too simple. Oh, good jump. To be fair, I think I might know where I've placed it down. Off that island. Oh, yeah. In the southwest. I still consider that to be the most useless biome in the game. There's nothing there. In fact, I think I've made either 1 or 2 videos talking about it now, but I definitely think that they should add something over there. Absolutely. Either a crash site or even just an ore. That would look quite nice, I think. So, what? What? Oh, I've gone too far. Oh, oh dear. This is where I thought I was. Oh, even there's still a hole here as well. Oh dear, no one saw that. If you did, just erase that from your memories. That'd be very kind, thank you. An entire loop just to come back over here. Yeah, swamps. Oh, I need more cable. Swamps are a pretty good location for aluminium. But I personally think the best location for aluminium is somewhere out here in the bamboo or red forest, because you've got a bunch of bauxite all around here. And it's pretty much all in one straight line as well, so you can get a train out pretty easily. You've got a bunch of coal around here as well, a good amount of water down over there. Actually, I think it's over here, actually, isn't it? The bamboo forest. So it's not too bad at all. That's not enough, is it? Why am I always missing something? Oh no, I have got enough. Good. I can't believe it. Although I should probably be able to believe it by now because it continuously happens. Let's go across here by 3. I don't know how high I want to go. I suppose just for this blueprint, it doesn't have to be that high, just so I can replicate or duplicate this blueprint a couple times. So I want to try and go. No. Yep. And for the color, I'm thinking a light blue color. Which I can do rather easily. If I can. There we go. Dimensional depot, yeah, that's definitely a thing I do want to try and work on. But the thing is, I want to try and do that off camera, though, for a video. Well, I haven't had much time to record videos as of late, unfortunately. It's a bit better, slightly darker. Slightly lighter. I think that's as good as we're going to get it. The thing is, I want it to be more blue, like that. I also want the emission strength to be rather high here as well. I think we'll keep it on this. I don't dislike that at all. We shouldn't have... No, we shouldn't have to do that. There will be like these little black lines in between. Although I don't like how those lines are there. Is there a way I can try and iron that out? Let's see. If I was to plop you down like this, would you look a bit better? Yes, yes you would. A lot better, in fact. Why is the wall glitching? Although, to be fair, I shouldn't need that anymore. Oh, no, yes, I actually do, but it's fine. Is that 3? I think 3 is up to here, isn't it? Yep, third one from that. 1, 2, 3. There. So now what I've got to try and do is call this sign D, which just means delete. Blueprints. Gather this one again. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Let's see how it's going to look. It should be lined up, though. It's just a question of, like, does anything stick out? Yes, it does. So I wonder, is it going to look better if I don't snap it into each other? I can't imagine it looking much better. No. Okay. No. So I think we'll end up just sticking with this. Like so. No, wait, no. So I was gonna, like, sort of nudge it into each other, didn't I? Like this. And I'm hoping this will end up looking fine. It is rather expensive to construct, as you can tell, but again, I feel like it's worth it. I don't like these. I really don't like how these stick out like that. But for this stage of the game, there's not like a massive amount I can do for that. I think it's alright though. Let's just stick with it. Like so. We'll then clear this blueprint. No. And gather the resources there from that. Lovely. And let's see how many of these we can actually place down. I'm hoping I can place down at least 3 or 4. Like, get rid of you just for a moment there. Go into our blueprints. We are missing quite a lot of resources here. Can I gather anything from here? Not really. Okay. Try and get some more then. The green spider battles and jetpack accidents make good content though. Yeah, I mean, it could be fun. I don't mind doing a bit of exploring every now and then, but the thing is, I want to try and get this project just done with. Because we've been working on this now consistently for quite a long time. So even though I'm having an absolute blast doing it, I also do want to try and progress the playthrough a little bit more. So I want to try and get this done. In theory, right, our core power plant is done. Now I'm just working on the area around it, which provides its own unique challenges. And wow, okay, I really can't afford much here. That's a shame. I should have some more quartz crystals and reinforced iron plates lying around somewhere else, though. There we go, right in front of us. 100 gigawatts and 1,000 gigawatts of power for the future needs your entire realm network. What would be good turbo fuel or normal fuel power? Turbo. Regular fuel is, like, fine if you have to use it, but turbo fuel is really good. And personally, I would recommend it. Okay, we've got, like, no quartz crystals. To go back and gather some more, but first of all, let's see how everything here looks. And of course, if it doesn't look nice, I can just get rid of it. There we go, lovely. Lower that down there a little bit. Bring it up by 1. So I'll definitely have to plop down the pipes first. Otherwise, I don't think the pipes will work very well on top of the signs. No. Yeah, okay. That could look interesting. But again, we've got to try and do the pipes first. So let's try that. It's definitely a bit finicky. That's the whole point, though. Like, nothing in this game is necessarily easy. Well, no, it can be. This game can be very simple. But the way that I do it is not as simple. It's the way I like to enjoy the game the most, by doing complicated designs. So that's a start, at least. In theory, I then want to try and continue this down into the very bottom, really. Let's try that. I don't know how far down that is, although it does look like it's actually fairly far. That's a lot further than I thought it would be. How much compact core to make for such power? Let me show you, actually. If I just very quickly activate this screen, don't worry, I'm not ending stream or anything. Let me get my editing software up so I can show you exactly how much I use personally. There we go. But yeah, this is the... I mean, it's going to take a while to load, but this is the exact rocket fuel recipe that I'll be using for my factory. I think it's pretty good. That one. I always get confused between these two. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. No. It's called Miro. I think I've talked about Miro before, but this is the app that I use for pretty much all of my calculations. I have to do all the work myself, but it's just a good way of noting it down. Is it this one? No, so it's this one. Okay. That's fine. So when it comes to rocket fuel, again, I would definitely recommend it over just regular fuel because it's just far better. So here, this is the recipe that I'm using. To make my 360,000 megawatts worth of power, I need 4,000 sulfur, 2,000 coal. Isn't that a 1-to-1 ratio? I guess not. 3,000 nitrogen gas and 4,000 fuel. Now it says here that to make my fuel, I need 2,000 heavy oil residue and water. I believe that's correct, and this is called residual fuel. You can make it in the blender, and it's an alternate recipe. I think it's an alternate recipe. It has to be, yeah. The reason why I recommend doing this is because you do have to use a bit of water, which is fine, but you end up saving a lot of heavy oil residue, and you get to make more fuel from it. So you essentially have to make less... You consume less crude oil to make more fuel, which is pretty cool. 360,000 megawatts is a pretty decent amount there as well. The only thing here that's relatively concerning is the 4,000 sulfur, but I've calculated this due to the amount of resources that I'll be using in my playthrough. So I know for a fact that I'm going to have 4,000 sulfur left over for this project with a little bit extra to spare just in case I make a mistake, which I don't think I have, or just in case I want to try and do an expansion. So this is pretty much the exact recipe that I'm using. And again, that's 2,000 water, 2,000 sulfur. No, it's 4,000 water. I mean, that was wrong. 4,000 water. Oh, yeah, I doubled everything. That's why. 4,000 sulfur, 2,000 coal, 1,500 crude oil, and 3,000 nitrogen gas. The reason why I doubled everything was because I started off with 3,000 rocket fuel per minute, and then I realized, okay, I can actually afford a lot more than just that. So that's the reason as to why I've done that. So I'm not making any compact core for my rocket fuel factory. Okay, you can quite easily go into there. So now the question is, would you be able to go into here as well? Let's see. Where is it? There? Is that lined up? No. That should be. This is way too far, right? There's nowhere. Oh, you actually do? Wow. And that only consumes 9 copper sheets? Okay. That's far cheaper than I thought. Far cheaper. No complaints from me, though. The cheaper the merrier. Oh, turbo fuel. I'm not making turbo fuel, I don't think. Because again, the recipe that I use, there's 2 main recipes for rocket fuel. One involves turbo fuel, one doesn't. So, the one that I'm using doesn't involve turbo fuel, because it just saves me so much more time. If we compare that recipe that I just showed you guys a bit earlier on, you need water, which is the raw resource, coal, which is the raw resource, sulfur, which is the raw resource, and fuel, which you only make from water and heavy oil residue, which is very, very simple to make. And that's the reason why I've chosen it. Because it really is such a simple recipe to do. There we go. Floor holes have a bug that allows infinite pipe length. Oh, is that what it is? That looks so weird. Maybe that's the reason why. Why is that a bug? It's fine though. To be fair, again, like I stated earlier, there is going to be nothing flowing down these pipes. These particular pipes are only here for looks, whereas there is tons of stuff in these pipes. Do you guys sort of get the vision that I was talking about now? Because I want these pipes to go to this level right here, not to the very bottom. So when they do their little U-turn underneath here, it makes it look like these pipes continue from left to right, whilst in reality it goes from left all the way under there. So there's nothing actually on these pipes over here, but I think it's a good idea. I know it's my idea, so I'm going to be slightly biased, which I feel like one should always be confident about their ideas anyway. But I think it's alright. Yeah. I know it's alright. No, I don't. No, I don't. Oh no, why are you there? You're not there anymore. Can I afford one more? No. But now we get to see what it's going to end up looking like. I think it looks fine. Let me try and get a bit further back here. I mean, I think I like that. I think so. I think like by the time everything's finished, and then this is just a feature that's got everything built around it, it will end up looking quite nice. That wall's going to come out like that. It will then jut back in a little bit. I'm not quite sure about what's going to happen with this wall over here. Just to get, if I'm honest. We'll think of an idea. Well, I suppose I have to think of an idea. But I really don't know what I'm going to be doing with this part of the factory now. Because this wall in particular is going to have a different design compared to everything else around this particular area. So, yeah. All that means that it could end up looking good, but it will make my life a bit more complicated. But that's alright. I do love a solution to try and solve. I really do. Yeah, so far this is not too bad. I might try and add a couple of things here and there, but for now it's alright. I do want to try and go back to our factory though, our starter factory. Just so I can try and gather a bit more resources, because we are completely out of quartz now pretty much. We only got 381 left. Compared to the thousands that we started off with. Might as well get some more reinforced iron plates whilst I'm over there as well. Welcome Tristan, hope that you're doing good, man. Oh, we are working today, it feels like. Damn, is it fun though. It's also satisfying as heck. In fact, wait, no, actually, equip that. There we go. You guys are fine. How many quartz crystals did I even leave myself? I think it's a pretty good amount, but it's not a remarkable amount. I'm planning on placing down 6-dimensional depots at the minute. I think I can afford a little bit more than that. But 6 will serve the purpose that I need it to serve. We've actually got tons of crystals, that's good. Doing good. Love your stream. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I love the support as well. Yeah, so far this stream's going pretty good, I'd say. I want to try and get quite a bit done, especially to do with like these kind of logistics. Pipe logistics. When I can sort that out and sort the shape of my factory out, we should be alright. As a fuel, yeah, I can always get a bit more over here. Oh, nice. I climbed that, thank you. I suppose we might as well get some reinforced iron plates whilst I'm here. Do I want all of this? Might as well for now. Why not? Anything else that I need? I suppose I can take some more iron plates. There we go. With your U-turning and piping ideas to simulate the overflow tubes on top of a enclosed reservoir. Oh, I know what you mean. I could try that. At least I think I know what you mean, so I'll go back to the factory then try and place down what I think you're talking about. Let's see. It's really weird though, because I had a design for this factory completely sorted, but I've just gone ahead and added so many additional things. And because of these additional things that I keep on trying to place down everywhere, it now means that I've got to, yet again, redesign a part of my factory. I think this is like the 4th time now that I've had to redo the exterior. But saying that, again, in my opinion at least, we keep making it better. So I don't mind doing the occasional redesign, if it actually ends up making the project look good. If it makes it look bad, then, that's not very good then, is it? But no, I think it's alright so far. Oh, what an incredible jump that was. And again. Oh well. So my next stream is most likely going to be on Monday, by the way. I have got a video coming out tomorrow. It's talking about the new patch notes. I think the new patch notes have got mixed reviews. Personally, I don't particularly mind that much. I'm not expecting any major updates now until at least October. Just to let you guys know now, in fact, I know I do state this a couple times in my streams, but I don't, personally, I don't think there'll be any major updates now until October, if I'm being honest. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, that's completely fine if I am. But no, something tells me I'm not. A whole video on the patch? Yes, but I'm also talking about other stuff as well. Because quite frankly, the patch is so small, it can't be like a standalone video. But I'm incorporating a couple other things that I wanted to talk about as well that were also too short to make into a standalone video. But I'll be combining them together, essentially. And we are already out of quartz crystals. That's insane. Okay, so the thing that I think you might be talking about with the reservoir, I can get up there, is this. Where is it? Organization. Like, do you want me to place this, like, on the floor? Like that? Where I turn the entire floor here to be blue? Is that what you mean by reservoir? Because, I mean, that would make sense. Would that be a bit too expensive, though? Would you even be able to see it? I suppose you can. Wow, that was unfortunate. I can see about that. Yeah, now let's see how this waterfall actually looks. I keep calling it a waterfall. It's not really a waterfall. It's a pipe wall, if anything. Use the wall you wanted to put a walkway onto it. Oh. I know what you mean. Well, I was going to have a pathway up there originally, but I could do another one down here, I suppose. Let's see. So they're going to go anywhere. Then select you. Then just bring you out all the way over there. Are you on the same level as that, or are you slightly higher? You are higher. Damn. That's unbelievably frustrating. I know why I did that, but it's still a bit annoying. Head lifting from pumps doesn't transfer through fluid buffers, but they actually do. Ah. I'm not sure how the fluids even work in this game. I sort of just play stuff down and hope that it functions. That's sort of like my way of playing as of right now, which is very trustworthy, as you can imagine. Oh well. Everything seems fine though. Any concrete? There it is. Okay, we've got lots of bits and bobs now, which should be able to help us out here a little bit. Which is grand. It's always nice. So we keep you there. How does it look from over here? Yeah, I definitely do prefer that. Absolutely. Then boink you over there, boink you over here. The next thing then for us to try and do is to select this, and let's see if you're going to be placed around the right way. No. How about now? How are you the same when I've just rotated you around? I'll just do this. There we go. So you'll then continue over here. You'll then come down from there. Although I don't really want that to Z-snap, so I think what I'll do instead, honestly, is just this. That'll be fun. The next thing for us to try and do, if I can go down here a little bit, is to place some inverted ramps underneath here. Let's see. It's in foundations. If I can select the right tab, that would make my life at least 4% easier. So from this angle, it looks fine. I actually quite like that. There we go. Try and bring this down here as well. Maybe even paint these a slightly darker color. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I think the contrast there with the grey and the blue looks pretty decent. But now what I'm thinking a bit more about is from this side. How does it look? It looks fine. I think we'll end up doing like a full-on zoop down there. Oh, we're missing steel beams. Damn. We should have some steel beams over here. Yep. Over 1,000. Damn. That's nice. Yeah, another question for the chat. Are you guys still enjoying Satisfactory? Because from what I can see, there are still a lot of people that are enjoying it. Like, not just like my content, but I mean like, when you guys are playing the game for yourselves, are you still having fun whilst playing it? Because normally after an update comes out, after like a week, people just like stop playing it. But from what I've been able to tell, people are still really enjoying Satisfactory, which is fantastic. I mean, of course I am. I'm loving this game right now. And I have been for about 4 years. That's fine. Although I might paint this one at the very bottom black. No. I want to try and do these ones over here. Still having fun, mostly teaching 3 friends how to play. Oh, nice. Are they paying you for the teaching? I think that's how it works, isn't it? I have to ask them for rent. Okay, let me try and do this one now. So how did I actually build this? I've kind of forgotten. Okay, this is dumb. What absolute idiot designed this? It was me! So, by the looks of things, what I've done is I've brought this round to there, half ramped it down like so, then did that. Wish you had more time to play. I used to be like that as well, until I just, well, had more time. I didn't have time until I had more time. I suppose it's like, no, but then no. You start there. There should be a half gap in between you. Oh, but there's a 1 gap here. Right. So I still feel like you're actually fine there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's more like it, I think. Nope. And grab this. I think that is a lot better now. Yep. Because as you can see, the elevations aren't actually the same, which is the whole point. That's why we have like this little transition, this little fade from 1 meter up there to the right level over there. Right, that's fine. And same thing here with you. Nice. Let me just zoop that. I think that's basically the design done. All I've got to try and do now is just zoop everything. Which should be the easiest part. Should be. I don't know if it will be, but it should be. The payment is complaints about not teaching them all the tips and tricks simultaneously with the basics. If only there was like 1,000 videos out there with Satisfactory tips and tricks. Just tell them about like total eclipse or bits. Them two combined have probably got like a good 100, 200 videos with like tips and tricks and tutorials. I mean, I know I've got some as well, but... What fantastic promo for my own channel. I've also got tips and tricks, but I don't know. I think that, well, obviously I think they're good, otherwise I wouldn't have made the videos. The one that I made recently about exploring, I do recommend giving that a watch, because it is generally quite helpful. Yeah, but I do want to try and make a bit more though, because I do really enjoy the tutorials and the tips and tricks, and just helping people out. That's one of my favorite things to do in this game. It's just making content for it. And judging by the feedback, people seem to really enjoy it as well. Okay. Now we select you. Lovely. Recently tore everything down. 300 hours into your save. About to unlock rocket fuel. That was a good little walk. About to unlock rocket fuel. Currently only have a working steel. I mean, that's still fine. Steel is better than nothing. It's still sounds like a good idea to me. Dearie me. That was terrible. There we go. Now let's try and add in all these road barriers. Imagine Satisfactory without these road barriers. I mean, where would I be? I've probably placed down, like, maybe 10,000 of these in every factory that I built. Combined, obviously. I love them. They look nice, they feel good, they function the way that they should function. What's not to love, really? Okay, now let's try and head back and build the remainder of our road barriers, but on the right side rather than the left. The other thing I've got to try and do here as well is this. There we go. Suppose we do this one first. Lovely. Automating every boom. Oh, that sounds rather exciting. I still want to try and do a weapons factory eventually, but the problem is, I would much rather have my iron factory and my aluminium factory and whatnot like squared away and sorted before I do things like weapons. Because yes, having like infinite amount of nobelisks and whatnot is fantastic. That's great. But if I haven't got iron first, then I don't think that's the best idea. Lots of it is about prioritizing the right thing as well. Because yes, I could do a weapons factory right now if I really wanted to. But power-wise, I don't think it would be a good idea. Strategic-wise, I don't think it would be a good idea either. So it's just trying to make the right thing at the right time. At least you've almost managed to finish this now, which is quite nice. Because I've been wanting to do this now for like the last couple days. Again, the plan was to try and do a stream yesterday. But unfortunately, life had other plans. Not today though, nuh-uh. There we go. So that's this side done. You guys should both be on the same level? Yes. How about this side? Okay, you've still got a bit more progress to get dealt with. Right. What's the plan here then? I suppose what I want to try and do is bring you out a bit further. Using this, which should be the right block. No, it's not. But it's lucky I checked. Bring you out to there. And bring you out to here. Then I suppose what we could do is... Well, I'm going to have to get rid of most of this, I think. Actually, do I? No, I don't. Some of it, yes, but not all of it. I still got the chainsaw on me. I do. Brilliant. It's great. You're most likely going to have to go here as well. There we go. And now what I've got to try and build is... Have I got you on my hotbar? No, of course not. Would have been nice. What should we go with? Defaults? Yeah. So I'll place you down literally right there. Unless there's a better place for us. Is there a better place for us? Yes, there is. I think here. Yes. Then nudge you over here as well. Although what I am going to try and do I want to get rid of this material that I'm using along there? This is quite a long walkway now. I might even nudge this one further in this direction. Well, that makes a bit more sense. Because otherwise it's just way too thick. I don't need it to be that thick. I could have left that in there, doesn't matter. How are we going to do this? I think the same like last time. Plop it down there, make sure it's on the right level, and that should be the right level. Like so. Brilliant. Either one gap right there in the middle. Just like last time. And then try and plop you down right over here. So this walkway is still a bit thicker, but that's kind of fine. No problems about that. Definitely get rid of the markings. In fact, what I could even do is this. Why not? I don't mind that. It's just the material that I don't necessarily like. Can I change that without getting rid of the pattern? I can. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. Why not? Let's go. How far back can I even go with that? No idea. I'm gonna have to go as far back as that. How many can I plop down, do you think? Not many because of our concretes. But that's fine. There's tons of concrete near us anyway. Lined up. Yes. Last one, potentially? Yeah, last one. And when it comes to the outside design of this, I'm just going to get concrete walls and then just zoop it down. I feel like that's the simplest thing to do and probably the best thing to do. This corner should be quite a simple fix. Wrong material. I always select the wrong material. It's honestly like... It's incredible, really. Welcome, Vinod. Hope that you're doing good, man. Welcome. There we go. Then, where is it? You. I'm missing concrete. Okay, let's try and get some more then. Where is it? We've got no concrete here. Damn. Well, we must have concrete in some part of our factory because I remember seeing quite a lot of it. So it's definitely here. It's just trying to find out exactly where. There we go. Do I need this many iron plates? I just don't think so. Same with our iron rods. Same with all of you. And that's given us a lot of extra storage room. Great. Let's see how this looks now from the decoupled mode. I like that. It's like an additional feature. Yes. I would say that's not too bad looking. We recently finished the 3,600 rubber and 3,600 plastic. Damn. Using the best alternate recipes, you turn 2,400 crude into all the rubber and plastic. Nice, man. That sounds pretty intense, but I mean, heck, if you enjoyed it, then fair play, because that does sound really good fun as well. I'd love to know how much plastic I'm using in the save. I think it's around about the 300 mark. I was going to do glass over the top, but I'd rather the pipes be exposed, since I quite like walking next to here than seeing all the pipes without any glass being in the way, because the glass kind of covers quite a lot of the design normally. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty good idea. Yeah, blueprints are incredible. Welcome, Pixel Perfect. Hope that you're well. So, the plan, I suppose, now is to get rid of you, didn't we? Yeah, that's what we said. Just like so. That's all facing the right way. Then we went back onto materials, then changed you to concrete. Lovely. The next course of action, I suppose, is to try and fill in what we did over here. Just continue the rest of it. 54 watching. Yeah, the channel over the last, like, I'd say week or so has been doing really well, which is fantastic to see. I'm glad that there's lots of people enjoying the content. It's content that I absolutely love making, so if other people enjoy watching it as well, that is just perfect. It really, really is just perfect. Rubber concrete can be quite an annoying one. I think the point of it is to try and save limestone? I think? I've never used it. There's also like heavy oil residue mixed with wire, I think it is, to make cable. But again, I don't really see the point of that. Other than to save copper. I think you'll be alright. Oh dear. I did make a video titled like the worst recipes in Satisfactory, but to be fair, the majority of the recipes in this game aren't necessarily bad. They just cater towards a different style of player. Like for example, for me at least, pure ingots are really good, but for other people, they are absolutely terrible. For someone else, leached ingots might be really good. For other people, leached ingots might be the worst thing they could possibly add into their factory. It literally just depends on what stage of the game you're in, and what resources you've already consumed. Because let's say you've got, I don't know, 4,000 sulfur left over in your world and you don't know what to do with it, and you're running really low on caterium. And you haven't got much caterium left. You could just make the leech caterium ingots. There you go. That's a solution. But then if you were to swap that around, so if let's say you had tons of caterium but not a lot of sulfur, then you wouldn't want to do that. There we go. Also, I don't think I told you guys, but the reason why I wasn't here last week wasn't because I was like, you know what, I can't be asked to stream. No, absolutely not. It was because I was doing a an army course essentially. You don't really have to do too much for it. It's 9 days. They teach you how to march. They teach you how to shoot. You go into the live range. You do a bunch of like practice and stuff. It wasn't really that nerve-wracking because I've done a majority of it before, so I wasn't really that concerned about it. Luckily, I passed everything, so that's good. The weapons handling test was actually fun. The first time that I did the weapons handling test, I was rather nervous. Because I knew what I was doing, but when you've got a corporal or a sergeant or whoever it is watching over you, your section commander, it can be rather concerning. But the thing is, you know the drills. You get taught the drills again and again and again and again. By the time you actually get into the exam, sometimes it can be quite difficult. I don't know if like how much I can say of the actual exam itself, but you get taught what to do for it. And you just do it, essentially. A bunch of different, like, it's not a theory thing. Actually, it can be. They might ask you questions. I got asked a couple questions. But it's more practical. But that was really good fun, though. Did some live shoots as well. We only shot 25 meters away, though. When we go back to our second course, it's up to 300 meters away. That should be really interesting. My closest groupings from a round of 5... From a grouping of 5 rounds was 19 millimeters, which is less than 2 centimeters. So essentially 5 shots landed at the target with less than 2 centimeters apart from the furthest distance. So that was quite nice. That was in the prone supported though. I think anyone could do that. The best in the non-prone category was my standing supported. And that was 28 millimeters. So again, about 3 centimeters there from like the furthest distance from the 5 rounds. That was good fun, actually. Although I do find it quite funny, one of the positions that you're taught is the squat. I suppose it makes sense, because you might be in a situation in a combat scenario where you might have to squat. Because let's say that you're in a puddle. You're not going to sit down in the puddle, because then, you know, you don't want to get soaking wet, preferably. Unless you have to, then you will, of course. But it's just so uncomfortable. It really is. Okay, so that's this part pretty much done. Should I address this? Yeah, there's nothing being connected to it now, so might as well just get rid of that. I don't know how to have the power going from there down to here, but again, we'll make it work when we have to. Now, I suppose what I want to try and do is actually try and focus a little bit more on the crimes that we covered. Okay, that was really bad. The crimes that we covered up underneath here. Where is it? There we go. So you lot now have to go underneath here through to this sort of level. I'm not massively concerned about this. I think this could be very simply done. It's just going to take a bit of time. I haven't tried mods. I've tried mods for about 15 minutes. Just to see what they were like for like video stuff. It was good. I still prefer vanilla though. I'm one of those weird people that likes just vanilla games. I really do. I don't know why. But I do. Okay, so I can bring you to here. Apparently. That looks a bit better though. All 10 of our pipes, I don't think we'll be able to fit in there, though. So I'll do this. One, two, three. No, don't turn nights. Oh, man. The nighttime in this game. It's like, it's not just Satisfactory. It's just, I don't like nighttime in video games. Unless it's like a single player immersive experience, or a big or, if it's nighttime outside in real life. Because then it's not too bad, because then you haven't got like... I'm literally in a shed. You guys have seen the room that I'm in. In fact, this might be a bit of a jump scare warning. I'm about to turn on webcam. Just to let you guys know now. Webcam's coming on in 3, 2, 1. Hi again, it's me. Holy crap. So basically there's windows all around me. Like, everywhere. So during the daytime, I've got like just the sun beaming down onto my forehead, which could land a Boeing 747. So the last thing that I want is like more sunlight in this room. But when it's nighttime, of course, that's not really a big problem. But yeah. There you go. I do deeply apologize there for the webcam. If anyone is like concerned about after seeing that, then I'm sorry. If you're eating your lunch, I deeply apologize. Oh, I was on the wrong mode. I was wondering why that was so weird. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is not right. Oh, is it? Wait, no, it's not. It's not right. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, it's fine. What I could do here instead is this. Rather than having to get rid of everything, I'm going to use my brain cells to do this. Oh, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Where's straight mode? There it is. Right. So I want to try and position you here. And now we have to go back by 8 more. The reason why I've done that is because now I can very simply connect you guys into here. That's not right. Have I messed up already? I don't think so. No, we haven't. Okay, good. Aviation security. Oh, nice. Another little bit of stuff. Oh, yeah, of course. You have to. We have 2 more left. Yes, look at that. Perfect. Fantastico. So this should all be filled with water. I'm not going to check. I'm going to trust myself. You gotta believe. In life after love. Sorry, it's a song. A song that I just butchered, but oh well. I don't think Celine Dion's listening. That is Celine Dion, right? That sang that. I'm gonna search it now. Love. Cher? Who the heck is Cher? What? I thought it was... Am I losing my mind? Wait. Am I actually losing my mind? I always thought I was Celine Dion that sang that. Wow, okay. Apparently, like... Okay, my world's changed today, everybody. The 18th of July, 2025. The day that the Valhalla Pickle found out that it wasn't Celine Dion that sang that song. No, I don't know how you feel about that. I'm discombobulated. I feel a bit nauseous, in fact. Oh well, I'll get over it. So all of our pipes now going through to here. Let's just... Oh. Did I not connect them? Did I make a serious calculation error? Oh no, I just didn't bother connecting them. Cool. It would probably help. It'd most likely help if I was to connect them. There we go. Now that should be completely fine. I don't think there should be any problems with that. At least it's a very simple thing for me to do, so there shouldn't be any problems with it. There we go. That's good, though. It's very, very good. That's all good as well. Okay. I suppose now we can try and focus on this this design. And again, I'm thinking about something nice and simple here. I don't want to overdo it. The very first thing that I want to try and do, though, is build a Star Destroyer somewhere. No, it's a joke. Obviously. I want to try and bring you down. Ah, but you're gonna glitch through that, aren't you? You look fine, though. Yeah, we'll have that there as well. Can I half nudge you a little bit further, though, to the right? Perfect. Just so it's a bit more visible. That's it, really. Lovely. And get you. Chuck you round over there. Yeah, we'll keep it like that for now. There's always the possibility of us changing some things around. Lovely. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't always have to be clean, the pipes, does it? I do try and make them, like, not look completely terrible. But occasionally, we will have some spaghetti pipes. Occasionally. And I won't apologize for it, because sometimes it's necessary. Everybody needs the spaghetti. There we go. Get rid of that. Get it out of here. Right. Then continue you up to here. What's next? I'm still concerned about this thing on the right. The left side, I can just design something. It's not that difficult at all. The right side's what I'm mostly concerned about. How do I do this? You know what I might do? Wait. Let me just expand you over there. Are the markings going to be in the right area? Yes, they are. Damn. I'm then going to grab this and continue you around here. I promise this is going to make sense. Actually, no, I won't promise it, just in case. I think that's a bit too far out, isn't it? That's fine, I can get rid of some parts. In fact, I'm probably better off by just getting rid of everything than doing it by hand. Yep. Okay. The next idea that I've then got is to try and grab this. I'm still going to place this down here, even though I wasn't going to. Well, the original idea was I was going to place it down here. But then, you know, plans change. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That can go. Do I want to go back by one more? I think I might do. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh dear. It's a bad idea. Should be alright though. Nice. So. You. Okay, you're snapping to something. I don't know what you're snapping to. Actually, yes, I do. Doesn't matter. That's bad though. Here. Here. So I think I want you to go forwards by that much. And again, preferably snap onto the... Where have you... Are you kidding me? Nice. Get rid of that just for now. How many times have I said that sentence? Get rid of that just for now. And then I don't ever place it back in. Probably quite a lot. See, the problem is, if I was to continue with this design, it will go straight through this. And obviously, I don't want it to go straight through that, because then that's going to kind of suck. So what do I do? I suppose what I could do, just brainstorming here, not a final thoughts. I could add a level below here. A pathway of such. this could then be like a different floor, like a different level. You can go somewhere around here like this. And then this then has to try to avoid that, preferably. Which then leaves us with a bunch of room over here as well. Which we then could make the entrance of the factory. How many more tiles have I got left over here? How many foundations? So you go up to here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So preferably I want you to go back over here. Which doesn't really give us too much room. And it's most certainly going to make this, yet again, a challenge for us. A self-inflicted challenge. Like every other challenge I seem to give myself. Okay. I've got a piece for this. Trying to find the right one. Is it this one? I think this might be one. Oh, yeah, because that's supposed to line up with this. That doesn't really go down very far, though, does it? Although it could. Most certainly could. Let's try something. I'm going to lower you down to here. Maybe a bit higher. Like here. There we go. Then build you out by, is it 3 or 4, this one? 3. Okay. Everything behind it then just goes up. How would that look? Suppose we're gonna have to find out now. It might take a while. I could again design something else here in the blueprint designer. No. I also don't want it to go straight through the stairs, so let's make sure that it doesn't do that. I think that will end up looking quite nice. I think so. So let's get the blueprint designer out. Let's then, we've already finished this part. We then have to make this how tall? 20? That is 5 foundations tall. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Then again, this will most likely be the entrance to the second factory here. I'm happy with that. I don't know what I'm going to turn this area into, like underneath here. I could just flatten it all out. That would be the obvious thing here to do. Let's give it a shot. I do realize it's a pretty big entrance, but oh well. And also, what am I going to do now for this side? 'Cause again, we've still got the problem of... What do I do here? Let's see, because you're pretty much in line with this, aren't you? Let's bring you out. I don't know how tall you have to actually be, but we'll say maybe here. 30's close enough. Foundries is something you dislike as well. They are yeah, the foundries. There's a couple of things in this game that don't quite line up. I don't know if you guys have ever played, what is it? Tropico... Is it Tropico 5? Where the building that El Presidente calls his home doesn't quite line up with, like, any other building. Oh, no, it's, in Anno as well. Anno 1800. The markets that you've placed down, it doesn't line up center with the port or the harbor. So everything looks off instantly. If you've ever played Anno 1800, you might know what I'm talking about, but it's... I personally at least find it infuriating. That will then go up to here. Again, these will all have to go eventually. I'm just like brainstorming some random stuff. Feck! Brainstorming some random stuff now. Of course, we know that the ceiling is going to be here. In theory. Even though technically it's not, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It's where the top, well, it's the bottom of our top logistic floor, which is a bit of a mouthful to say, but yes, this is in theory technically where the ceiling is going to be. Okay. I select you. I suppose this is going to be the door. I want to try something. I know this is like a bit of a step too far because I haven't even designed this particular area. Although saying that, this doesn't look too bad. The transition there from this to that, I think it works quite well, so I might just leave it the way it is. Rather than like focus too much on it, then start to stress me out. I don't really get stressed out from video games. But the thing is, if I don't do it to a certain standard, it annoys me. I think this is fine. We then do... Is it this? No. Although, if this was to come out by a little bit, what would that look like? It would look like rubbish. Okay. So we won't do that then. If you fully ultra-condensed foundries, they are the most block-looking of all the lines. Yeah. They are the most block-looking, but they're still... Wait, have I actually got the foundry? Yeah. The thing is, right, they don't fit into like one foundation though. This is pretty much the corner of the foundation. It's slightly over. There we go. Then over here, you can just see that little white square. It's miles over from the back as well. I don't mind the way it looks. I certainly don't hate it. I certainly don't hate it. It could be worse. In fact, here's actually a question for the chat, and I don't know how this is going to go. But what is your least favorite machine in Satisfactory? You can say the reason why if you say a wish. Unless you're watching on like your telly where it's going to take about 6.5 hours to type out the reason. But yeah, what is your least favorite machine in the game? If I was to give my least favorite machine, I honestly don't even know what it would even be. Least favorite machine? I suppose the quantum encoder? For power reasons, like the power continuously fluctuates, but saying that though, it produces really cool looking machines. Or parts even. I'm really unsure actually about that. The manufacturer, ooh. Actually, yeah, the blender's pretty bad as well. I don't like the blender that much. Because it involves liquids. The good thing about the manufacturer is that you don't have to get any liquids involved. In theory. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. I'm actually going to get rid of this third one. And I'm also going to get rid of this third one. So I'm then going to try and do... And I promise I'm not overcomplicating this for myself. This will end up looking pretty good, I think. We'll go into foundations. I'm going to try and design some like dwarf-looking structure. Which is very different from what I was originally planning, but it just comes to my mind now. So you'll go back anyway. Oh, no. Because this is where our first floor is going to be. The pathway, at least. We'll most likely end up having, like, our factory slightly, like half a meter... No, not half a meter. 2 meters down here a little bit. So, on this sort of level. Just so it gives the pathway up here a bit more of an elevation. That'll then continue around over there. Same with you. Same with you. No, why would you do that? That wasn't where I was looking. How long has that been in the game, by the way? I know it's been in the game for like donkey's years. When you look in one direction, the game's like, oh, you want to try and build behind you? No! If I wanted to build behind me, do you know where I would look? Behind me! Sorry, I had a bit of a temper tantrum there. There we go. Converters are boring and require too much power. Yeah, they require quite a lot of power. I've never heard anyone say that they dislike the not the quantum encoder, the what's it called? Particle accelerator. Because it wasn't really like overused until 1.0, I'd say. Okay, this is fine to begin with. Now, my second idea, of course, the fun has only just begun. No, you're gonna have to start here. So where's that? That's like, it's a bit of an awkward one. So we'll say we'll leave like a 2 gap maybe? Or 3. No, 3, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Yeah. So let me show you the plan. It'll make a bit more sense on the other side actually though. I know we really have gotten quite far away from what I was trying to do today. This is a good idea. That 3 gap, that seems like 2. Amazing counting there by myself. Can't even manage to count to 3 without making a mistake. There we go. Go up with this one. I would do like this one section, then I'll show you guys what I want it to end up looking like. One. Yeah, paint it. Definitely paint it like a darker color there as well. So what we're going to try and do here is divide everything into like 3 different areas. And in the middle of these columns, we're going to have one path that comes up like so. That then has like a separate little corridor down here. Can't use that though. What can I use here then? No. Try this. Yep, I like that. Turn the particle accelerators into a carnival ride by building foundations and conveyors through the circular structures. That could be quite good, actually. I never even knew you could do that. I thought the game would be like, yeah, no, stop. But if not, I'll have to try that one day. I can definitely then get a sign up there. I haven't really got a big enough sign for what I want to try and do, though. But yeah, definitely get a sign saying like entrance or talking about what entrance is over there. You then come through here and then you're going to have all the machines on your right and on your left there as well. And essentially this is going to be like one corridor, if you will. So I think that will look interesting. Regarding you lots, I can't really do this here, can I? Well, I could, but it will end up looking a bit weird. I like that. I do. I want it to be a bit higher though, I think. I think that looks alright. Yeah, definitely a bit higher. So we'll go 1, 3, 4. Refineries make you cry. I think the reason why I might say refineries are quite bad for me personally is just down to the amount of them I have to place down constantly. It gets to the stage where I just get so bored of refineries. And also, they are quite big as well, so regarding blueprints, they can be a bit of a pain to try and do. Let's not do that just yet. In fact, this might be interesting. What if I was to actually bring this down by 2, then place it here? No. I don't mind that. I think we'll leave it for now, but if you can imagine having like a good dozen or so of these just going down to the very end, it could end up looking quite nice. And then, I know I literally just placed this down, but I think what I'm going to do is leave like a 1 gap in between here. And for the one that I place after that, just have like a bunch of glass here instead. Just so it doesn't look too weird. Or even have the glass here, maybe? No. Let's see. But overall, I feel like this is a pretty decent idea. I don't heavily hate it. If I was to make one slight adjustments? Looking for the word there, found it in the end. Let's see. I think I'll enjoy this. Nice. Okay, that's not too bad either. Definitely need some more lights here on the ceiling. I've got a very simple concept for that. In fact, have I already got the blueprint for it? I don't think so. You want me to find out? Oh, yeah, I think it's 3.5, isn't it? No. No. Absolutely not. No. Oh, wait, what is that again? I've used this for something, but I've forgotten what. Oh, yeah, no. No. Close, but have I got just the roof? No. Oh, I actually did do it. It's this blueprint right here, but preferably without that seating bit on top. Okay, blueprint designer. Guess what I'm using again. Yes, that's right. What was that again? 6.7? No, 6.8. So we're going to call this one 6.85. Because that's a really logical name for it. For a blueprint. Why am I always missing materials? Why have I just not got the concept of not like having the right materials? I'm still going to try and figure out what to do here at the top. Because I haven't got a Scoobies. I think a new concept. Just for this part of the roof. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll make it look quite nice. I've also got to try and find a way to get from up here down below there. But I'm liking this. I really am. Who would have thought just making something up could actually be a good idea? What? Confused Pikachu face? Where do I place my materials? It's like when I place it down, it just goes into the void. There we go. I don't need that many. Anything else that I need? Yeah, lots of concrete, preferably. I think what I'm going to do off camera is try to move all of my materials now somewhere over in this direction, preferably maybe down there. Because that's where a lot of my future projects are going to start to take place. There we go. In fact, very quickly, I'm actually going to try and record something for the YouTube video. So let's turn off the music just for a second. Because we've done quite a bit so far in today's stream. So it's about time that we actually update the YouTube, folks. So we'll start off with... Let's get like a nice shot of this, shall we? It's a bit too high up. There we go. And after a little bit of time, we have finally finished our pipe tunnel. And I must say, it looks really good, and I'm very happy with the total outcome. There we go. I can edit it so it makes it look like I didn't stutter, because, yes. Oh dear. I'm also going to show them this part here as well. In fact, I'll show them that after this. This makes more sense to go through first. There we go. We've also gone ahead and designed some rather weird blueprints. The first one on the left being the pipe waterfall. Essentially, we've got a bunch of pipes which at the minute serve zero purpose. I'll talk about that in just a moment why. And I think it looks pretty decent. And then on the right hand side, we've got the entrance to our factory underneath our core power plant. There we go. However, this is far from done and definitely needs a little bit more attention in just a moment. Do a couple more of these now. Oh no. So let's talk a little bit more about these pipes. Currently, these look like completely normal pipes, and that is the whole point. But in reality, I've done a little something special here, because I don't want my pipes to be going all the way down to the floor that they're currently going to. I only want them to drop by around about 4 meters or so. So I've come up with a little bit of a plan. This looks cool. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad that you guys like it. It's still got a long way to go, but it's alright for now. That's a bit too far away. There we go. And it involves a foundation right in front of us. Essentially, what I've done is all those pipes that are currently coming from the north side of the screen, they actually do a U-turn underneath these foundations, which I'll show you in just a moment. And all the pipes that you see on the south side of the screen, or coming towards us, those have no water in it, and they're only there just for show. So it looks like one continuous sequence, whilst in reality, it's most certainly not. Oh, that was perfect timing. Did you guys see that little like boomerang right there? Oh. I'll then show them what it looks like from the inside. There we go. And here's what those pipes look like from the inside, underneath our foundations. It's a very tricky, no. It's a very neat little trick, but you know what? It works out pretty well, and I'm rather happy with it. There we go. Cover that back up just like so. Is there anything else that I want to show? The thing is, like, we've spent over 2 hours doing that, and again, that right there is like a 2-minute long clip. It's mad. I suppose I could talk a bit more about the exterior here, since I don't quite know what I'm doing. I'm kind of making everything up as I go along, so let's see how it's gonna go. So, no, the autosave. The autosave ruined it. VP making video, yeah. Because the thing is, if I don't record like little segments here and there, I'm just gonna like jump 6 hours ahead. Like, oh yeah, I built half the factory. See you in the next cut. Oh yeah, I finished the factory now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. So I've got to try and do little clips every now and then. And regarding our exterior, yes, it's changed yet again. But this time I'm going for a much more basic and far more simple concept, which hopefully I think will end up looking rather nice. But there's only one way to find out. There we go. From the interior, this looks so bad. Oh dear. Some parts of this factory are really starting to come together, and then you see little things like this. We are nowhere near done, but I must say the journey to get to this point has been an absolute blast. There we go. I think that's good enough, because like generally like some parts of the factory, you do look at it like this, oh dear. Like this shot right here, and you'll think, oh, you know what? I think we're actually done. Our core power plant's turned on, everything's working, we've got all the pipes placed down. And then again, you see that shot from just a couple seconds ago, then it makes you realize, wow, we are quite far behind, really. You see, this is another thing that I'm rather concerned about. How much room do you take up? Not much. I wouldn't mind if this moved over here by a couple foundations, but I'm not rebuilding everything. Because that would take hours and hours and hours, and I just don't really see the point. So what is that? Oh. Fireflies, I suppose? Why have I never seen that before? Maybe I have, I just didn't really pay too much attention to it. Oh well. I'm sure I have. They're trying to lower these guys down now. So the thing is, right, the original plan that I had about 4 seconds ago was that I was going to bring this all the way up over there, and that will work, I think, completely fine. I can't imagine any dramas coming from that. However, the problem that I'm now thinking about is in regards of the interior. If there's not enough natural sunlight coming in, it will look really weird and out of place. So I think what I'm going to try and do is... you guys are aligned. Is try and add like a little bit of glass, maybe? Like, not too much, but like a little bit. Just so, again, it adds that natural light, which I think will end up looking rather nice. So how high are you guys? 1, 2, 3. So bring you down by 2. Like so. Then everything in the middle there for it to be glass. I suppose I could still do this though, right? Like that. Gee, I suppose I can't do that though, because everything above there has to be covered. Right. Pretty far down as well. That's 13. That's what I've already got there before. 17. 17 meters down. And that right there isn't going to be a lot of glass. Maybe it will be enough though. A glass walkway underneath? Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I'm planning on having this to be like a multi-storied factory. So this is going to be one floor. This wall is most likely going to end up going straight down there to the very bottom. Hence why I'm keeping this here, because that would look really cool. Maybe have some like logistics underneath here, not quite sure. But for this part, we can fit so much more underneath here. So that's what we're most likely going to end up doing. A path coming around here as well. We'll most likely end up doing some elevated path too. So we'll end up using... This is not the final design, it's just an example. Are you going to screw me over? There we go. Got some lights over here as well. The thing is, we haven't actually unlocked lights yet, have we? No, let me very quickly respawn. And I think I got this idea from, oh, was it Total? No, it wasn't Total Eclipse. Darren, what Darren plays? No. It was a really good idea, but essentially it was like 2 1-meter foundations. The top one being concrete, the bottom one being coated concrete, which I currently haven't got and I can't afford. But then when I place down these lights, I can then remove like the bottom 1 meter and it looks really good, like it's snug into the ceiling. Maybe it is what Darren plays. It is. Okay, yeah. And shout out to Darren. Oh wow, their channel's grown a lot. I haven't really watched much Satisfactory content recently. Wow. When was the last time I watched Darren? Probably a while ago. Although to be oh no, their channel's always been very, very good. Okay, fair enough. They still do streams. Oh, they do still stream. I've got to watch the stream then, because I used to watch his streams quite a bit. Again, a very, very good Satisfactory player. Oh, but Factorio. I've actually never watched Factorio, I don't think. So that would be quite a nice series to watch. But yeah, shout out to what Darren plays. So I don't know if he made this roof design, but regardless, I'm gonna steal it. I mean, not steal it. I'm going to get inspired from it and steal it. Have I got enough coupons? Oh yeah, we've got 20. I've missed... Okay, this is going to sound really dumb, and don't get angry at me, but I've misplaced my 140 coupons. I don't know where they are. Which is really fun. Like, I love being good at this game. Oh, you know what else we can do? Frick me. What? No. I can't afford that. Where is it? Management? No. Customizer? No. Foundations? No. No. Yes, in here. The personnel elevator. We could absolutely place down a personnel elevator. Why did I not think about that? How much is all of this in total? 13? Sure. Get some of that as well. Doing Factorio streams lately, and they are pretty fun to watch. He's been getting massacred by bugs. I'm not even sure, like, I know much about Factorio, if I'm honest. Ada!
Due to Pioneer request and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution. The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain.
The perfect start. I think it's... So when the viewers see... Like, if I was to title my very first Satisfactory video, this was an absolute disaster, people might think, okay, well, there's not really much point clicking on it since they're most likely going to have to redo everything. But if the video is titled, this is the perfect start, it's going to make the audience member feel like, okay, well, this is going to be a series I want to watch. It's more like a psychological thing, I think. Okay. I'll show you guys my little caterium factory. If not, then here's my little caterium factory. I've done this just to try and get a bunch more coupons. But as you can see, it's also rather good for getting caterium as well. Rid of all of this. I believe I'm making 480 per minute as well. So it's like the exact amount of caterium that I need. There we go. So they're all fine now. Come back over here, do the exact same thing. Did I start to see gaps? There aren't any. Why aren't there any gaps? There we go. Everything should now be flowing completely fine. Good. Wait until we get like 500. That's a stack, isn't it? Yep. I'll then do a couple chores around here, so when we go back, we've got like more than enough items that I need. I should have probably came here with an empty inventory, to be honest, but oh well, here we are. I've got no idea what I titled my very first episode of this series. I think it was like, a new beginning, isn't it? I should probably know. I mean, it is literally my own channel, but dump all this into here. I sort all of this out off camera, by the way. Just easier for me to do. There's a bit more storage space. I probably want more cable and wire. I've got tons over here. That should be fun. Then some up here. There we go. I mean, we've got thousands of... We've literally got thousands of everything. I'm not running low on a single item in this game that I need. I wouldn't mind plastic, but I haven't even started to make plastic yet. I've been... I don't like... Deco Bass latest starter videos. Oh, right. Yeah, I mean... I didn't really put much... Well, I say I didn't put much thought into it. There's been little thought put into it, because bear in mind, when you very first start off, you haven't really got that many architectural pieces. So the best thing that I was able to come up with is creating like the little holes in between the walls and having some conveyor belts go through it. But that's really all you can do at the very start of the game when you've, again, literally got nothing unlocked other than like walls. But now, luckily, because we have got a bunch of architectural things, it does make the game so much better. It really does. Especially if you are creative, it really is good fun. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Let's go back to our power plants. It's a shame that I woke up late today, because it's one of those days where I had to do... Why is that still there? Look at the mess. I've completely forgot about this. There we go. This is my very first idea, by the way, for our core power plants. Compare this to what I currently made. And this is exactly what I was talking about. This is what happened before I unlocked all the architectural pieces. Look at the walls. But the concept's the exact same. Conveyor belts being visible. This little gap here, again, being visible. A little darker layer there in the back. This little bit of the core generator sticking out, although I think I moved it back a little bit after that. And again, having some sort of path along the back there as well, with a logistics floor underneath there. So the concept is the exact same as what I did, pretty much the exact same as what I did, but with a lot less architectural additions, implementations, I suppose. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. So, the next stream that I do on Monday, I want to try and do something a little bit special. I want to try and build essentially a power storage building. I think I showed you guys on our stream on Wednesday what I was talking about, but I'll show it again now when we head back. But essentially there's a building next to my little chimney where I want to try and build a building that's dedicated for our power storage. And then there'll be a much taller tower towards the back right of the core power plants, which I think will end up looking quite good. It won't be like a massive tower, but it'll be about 7 or 8 stories tall. So it's not a small build either. Yeah, looking forward to that. Have an elevator in the middle as well. Oh, speaking about elevators, I didn't see how much they cost. Is it in... Where is it going to be? It's not organized... Oh, transport. That is really cheap. Wow. I haven't got motors. I probably should have... It doesn't matter. I'll do that tomorrow. But I feel like the concept for this could end up looking really good. I'm surprised by how cheap it is. I was honestly expecting it to cost, like, heavy modular frames and things like that. But no, it is rather cheap. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Satisfactory yet again surprising me in a good way. Okay, so we're back here now, and I said that I needed something, didn't I? Well, firstly, you can go. I'm very intelligent. What did I go and get? Oh yeah, blueprint designer. Can I build it up here actually? That'll make a bit more sense. And the elevator can go somewhere here. So I can get rid of a few of those things. In fact, I can do that now. Because all of this should get stored over there, right? Yes. I've then definitely got to get rid of you with a Nobilisc. That's fine, that. No. A giant leap and going up for those sloops. Oh, that could be a good idea, actually, as well. If you've got a power source near you. Yeah. So. With you, what we're going to try and do is have you go up to around about there. And continue you as well. And again, how do I want to try and design this? I think it's something like this. Let's get a half foundation. Yep. Maybe facing the other way, though. No. Like so. And continue you out here as well. So now we're left with this. Okay. So this is going to be our ceiling. As you can see, it's got quite an interesting shape. Let's just put it like that. I don't know why the colors here seem to be a bit off. Oh well, that's fine. I think what I'm then going to try and do is actually change you to a asphalt material. Like that. And along the side here, we're going to do this. It should automatically be grey. If not, I'll paint it grey. It is great. We're then going to go into our logistics. No, cancel. Organization. Ceiling lights. And plop you essentially all the way through here. If this even works. I mean, again, I've never really attempted this before. It feels like so far, everything that I've built in this playthrough, I've said the words, I've never attempted this before. I suppose that's kind of been the case for everything. There we go. And temporarily, we'll come up here. Now, the thing is, I'm going to try and place you. We'll do this. Be a bit finicky, but it will definitely work. Actually, will it? Maybe not. Okay. What if I try this? And if I was to get rid of the wall above, then place you back in. Yeah, that's going to stick out. Okay, so I can't do that. How can I try and cover the wire? That's what I'm trying to do right now, by the way. Trying to hide the wire. Just reading the chat here, making sure that I haven't missed anything. You had made a foundation 40 meters high and would have to string a power line up. That's like another 40 meters. Oh yeah, you could do that if you like really wanted to, but I don't know. Ramps also work as well. Ramps are fine. Okay, here's the idea then, I think. We're going to do it in baby steps, which sometimes is the best way to do it. It could be tedious, potentially, absolutely, but it works. Nope. Now, how much of the wire is going to be visible? It looks like quite a lot of it is. Yeah, see, I don't want this. Okay. There is another way to do it, though. I'm able to place the wall right above it. So, for example, this one. So bring you back to around about here. Yeah, that works. Nope. It works when it works. Last one. I'm a bit concerned about this. Is it actually going to work? No. Although, actually, no, it still will, just not from there. Okay, right. It's not as bad as I thought. There we go. Yeah, I was a bit concerned I wouldn't actually be able to connect that final wire there, which would have actually sucked. But luckily, no, we can. I'll then bring you out to... there. Well, here's the next question. How am I going to connect all of these together? Because this roof is literally going to be... Actually, no, it's not. Because above here, we're going to have our logistics floor, aren't we? All I've actually got to try and do is flatten this area out. Flatten this area out. Then connect these across our logistics floor. So that then won't be a problem. Okay, now I suppose we can focus a bit more on looks, can't we? Which, saying that, it's going to be fairly simple, fairly self-explanatory. We're going to get a 2-meter wall here. If I can. That shouldn't have any impact above here. Perfect, it doesn't. I suppose that's about it. Like, literally, I don't know what else to do in this area. I'm sure there's a couple bits and bobs I can add. We go some painted beams. Like so. That's fine, Vidod. I mean, yeah, if you guys ever want to use one of my blueprints, feel free. You don't have to, like, mention me. Like, let's say if you want to upload it to Discord and then you use one of my blueprints. Like, if you're just, like, straight up copying one of my blueprints and sending it over to Discord without, like, any sort of credit, I don't massively mind, if I'm honest. But if you've been, like, a massive factory, then you use one of my blueprints, that's completely fine. You don't have to, like, mention me at all. That's all good. What should I call this? Ceiling? Roof. There we go. Oh, it's right there. I don't know what... No. I don't know what color I want for the top. Or for this thing to be. It can't be grey. That's interesting. Quite a nice color. So, let's give it a shot. If it looks bad, it is what it is. If it looks good, it is what it is. Okay, this wall's going to go up by a pretty significant distance. Damn. Wait, where is the top of our logistics floor? I actually don't even know. Where's my face? It fell off. Is that the logistics floor? It is. Okay, so I can actually go a lot higher here. don't know why I thought that was the limit. It's most certainly not. No. So this can all go. I don't know why this is even here. This makes sense. That's the wall. This is the one that matters most. By far. I think what I'm going to try and do here is this. For now. Again, do a wall behind that. Have some parts here potentially even stick out as well. That's a possibility. Like that. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Sure. But what I'm mostly here for now is this. I'm bring this over here slightly, just so I get the rough idea of where this is supposed to go. Okay. And bring it up there as well. Here. That looks good. Now, height-wise, it most certainly won't be good. Although it's pretty close, to be fair. Right. Why is this, like, very slightly off? That's really weird. Oh, it's because of that, isn't it? Oh, that is actually quite annoying. Oh well. This is where it's gonna go. We can then get rid of all of that, that's okay. You will then continue over there. You will then continue over here. That's actually a massive difference. Okay. That will just go now. I think that's a half foundation, isn't it? Looks like it. Now what we can do with you is just get you in very, very temporarily. This will be going. Just like a lot of things. I don't know if I said it by the way, but everything that I built in this power plant, I'm going to be removing it in the next couple of weeks. I just don't like the color of it. That was a joke, by the way, don't worry. I'm not removing anything. Right, so we come down here. Oh yeah, that was something else I was going to try and do. I was going to try and build something over there, but I got so distracted today that I didn't do it. That's nice. I think we'll look... Wait, why is that there? I can't get rid of that, I don't think. Oh well. That's fine. So it will look quite nice when you got all the refineries and other blueprints along here. I think that will end up... Oh, that looks pretty cool. Like Batman. Why do I get Batman, like... feels from this? Literally no idea. What I could try and do, though, just to play to the Batman thing. Can I do one more? I think so. There you go. That has nothing to do with Batman, but there we go. Regarding our windows, we can now change this by quite a bit, which is quite nice. Actually, do I want to, though? So you come down by how much? 6. And you go up by how much? 12. But I could get rid of 6 and everything would be lined up fine from inside of there. But now the problem is, you got by 18. So in theory, actually, I can't have any window gaps in here. Because it won't look symmetrical. Which is quite annoying. If I just get rid of that for a second. So everything here is what I've got to work with. In theory. Would it be nice if the entire thing was just windows? Potentially, yes. But I feel like we'll get our true answer when I've actually finished this wall. And that will be happening tomorrow. So let me just try and get a cinematic shot to end off with. Because we managed to do quite a lot today. And sorry, not tomorrow, Monday. We managed to do quite a lot, but there's still a lot more left for us to do. Regardless, thank you very much everyone for watching. I'm very happy with the progress that we managed to make today. I was a little bit concerned about those pipes on the left side, but I think we didn't do too bad with them. And this redesign here now of this factory should actually end up looking pretty good. I am rather happy with it. You guys have only seen 1 or 2 designs of this. I've done about 7. So a lot has gone into this, a lot of thoughts. But everything just seems to work out like this. So that's quite nice. Regarding the concrete right before these pillars, so like close towards the center of the shot now. I don't know how far I want that to go out. I might even like indent it by about a 4-meter foundation just so it gives it again a bit more of a shape. But we'll see about that when we get a bit closer to the dates of me streaming again. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for tuning in. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope to see you guys again on Monday. I have got a video coming up tomorrow in case you guys are interested on that. And thank you very much for the 10 likes on today's stream. We managed to hit double digits. That is always greatly appreciated. But yep, thank you for watching. Godspeed and goodbye.